Cenk Torun plans a Spanish surprise. He keeps posing with his girlfriend. Welcome to Secrets Behind the Stars. Before we dive into today's story, make sure you subscribe and stay with us for every twist, turn, and whisper from the celebrity world. Now, let's talk about the couple who has everyone talking, Cenk Torun and his girlfriend, Mahassine. Their Spanish chapter is unfolding in front of millions, and we're walking you through every step of this sunlit, storm-swept journey. A new beginning in Spain. After a glamorous turn at the Rome Film Festival, Cenk didn't linger in Italy. He hopped over to Spain, and this time he wasn't traveling alone. Mahassine was right there with him, no longer content to live in the faint shadows of mystery. The two decided it was time to let their affection breathe a little under the Mediterranean sun. Their photos, soft light, warm tones, two smiles speaking the same language, quickly found their way onto timelines, stories, and headlines. What looked like a short break soon started to feel like more, a scouting trip, a fresh canvas, a new routine. Madrid? Maybe. Barcelona? Maybe that too. The city isn't final, but the intention is. With Spain comes a chance at renewed energy for Cenk, a kind of stage reset that only a change of streets and seasons can offer. He's said to be feeling lighter, more focused, more open to challenging roles, especially with Mahassine by his side, keeping him grounded while the glare of attention flares and fades around them. Their Spanish adventure carries the sweetness of a getaway, yet there's a firmer undertone to it all. Insiders say the pair have been mapping out a home base, weighing districts, discussing neighborhoods with leafy courtyards and quiet cafes tucked behind cobblestone turns. The subtext is clear: this isn't an impulsive fling with a country, it's a deliberate embrace of a possible life. Love in poses and the power of social media. Cenk and Mahassine haven't exactly kept their feelings locked away. Their feeds have become the scrapbook of this movable feast: morning light on a hotel balcony, sunglasses and side grins in a seaside town, the tap-tap of cutlery from a late dinner where the laughter seems to live between courses. Even their clothes speak, the color stories match, fabrics pair effortlessly, and the photos feel curated without losing warmth. Fans are here for it. Comment sections bubble with hearts and blessings, while entertainment pages repost with captions about cinematic romance and new beginnings. Yet, with visibility comes scrutiny. Some followers, protective of boundaries and wary of overexposure, ask why the two keep sharing so much. Why do they keep posing like this? Pops up under carousels and reels, a refrain that assumes too much and understands too little. The answer, if you watch them long enough, appears simple: love is part of their everyday, and they seem unafraid to let that light spill into the frame. Still, the noise grows as attention swells. Questions about timing, pace, and personal responsibility circle like birds over a shoreline. In the celebrity sphere, none of this is new. What's new is how Cenk and Mahassine hold steady as the tide rises and recedes, how they let the images say what words would only complicate. Reasons behind the criticism: every high-profile relationship lives with two stories, the one the couple is writing, and the one the public stitches together. In the case of Cenk and Mahassine, the second story brings its chorus of doubts. Some of the criticism comes from people who value discretion, others claim the couple's showcase of affection is too much, too soon. There are corners of the internet where timelines are speculated upon and comparisons are made, none of it confirmed, all of it inflated by distance. The more traditional crowd invokes ideas about privacy and responsibility, insisting that public figures should place their careers above the performative parts of romance. But those close to the couple say Cenk isn't losing sleep over commentary. For him, love and work aren't rivals, they're branches of the same tree. He sees no reason to hide the quiet joy of walking beside someone who makes the day feel lighter. Many fans call that confidence admirable, others insist that old-school privacy is the only way to protect something real. Even so, the couple's approach has remained strikingly consistent: share a little, keep the heart of it unwritten. A new life in Spain, cities and plans. Spain, in their view, isn't a vacation postcard, it's a brainstorming board. Madrid's film culture has caught Cenk's attention, while Barcelona's creative pulse speaks to Mahassine, who blends elegance with entrepreneurial focus like it's second nature. They're said to be taking long drives between districts, meeting agents and producers, checking out homes with big windows and kitchens that invite late-night conversations. There's talk of a townhouse with a courtyard in a neighborhood that wakes slowly on Sundays. There's talk of a high-rise with a view that makes the morning feel like a promise. Sources whisper that they're planning daily rhythms, sunrise workouts, Spanish classes, market runs, weekends down by the coast. For Cenk, the shift in scenery could be the catalyst to pursue roles shot in Spain, co-productions that let him step into characters with layers in 2 languages. For Mahassine, it's about blending artistry and strategy, curating visuals that match their reality, exploring collaborations with brands, and helping shape a schedule that nurtures both of their ambitions. The narrative forming around them is simple: 2 people in sync not just in romance but in the work of living well. Social media and fan reactions. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter have become the grandstands from which thousands watch this unfolding. The posts spread quickly: the couple at a flamenco show, the couple laughing into a shared scarf on a breezy evening, the couple splitting dessert while strangers at the next table try not to stare. The comments are a flashing mix: heartfelt prayers for happiness, sharp remarks about oversharing, long threads about whether public love endures. Entertainment programs pick up the baton, flashing stills and slow pans of the same photos, laying dramatic music beneath discussions that stretch 10 seconds of video into a 10-minute debate. Yet the pair of them seem unfazed. The more intense the chatter, the more effortless their gestures become: a hand on a shoulder, a glance across a table, the kind of ease that can't be faked for long. It's as if they know that the storm outside the window eventually runs out of rain. Cenk's attitude, unbothered by the noise through it all, Cenk's stance has remained steady. He is polite, but not performative, present, but not rattled. He keeps stepping into frame with Mahassine, not as a spectacle, but as a daily choice. There's courage in that, say friends who've watched him work for decades. He's careful about the work he chooses and assertive about the life he wants. And he has repeatedly signaled that love doesn't have to be hidden to be protected. For some, this is refreshing, a reset from carefully manufactured secrecy and shadowy narratives. For others, it's too direct. But whether loved or questioned, the consistency creates its own rhythm. Even the tabloids that thrive on speculation return to a simple motif: the couple keeps appearing, keeps laughing, keeps moving forward. Behind the scenes details, what we're hearing: if you listen closely to the background hum of industry talk, you'll hear a few steady notes. 1. They've been looking at apartments with flexible spaces. Rooms that can transform from office to studio, where scripts can be pinned to corkboards and last-minute meetings can find a seat at the table. 2. A small inner circle is forming in Spain, a mix of old friends and new voices, people who respect their boundaries and bring fresh ideas. 3. Mahassine is deeply involved in supporting Cenk's next steps, not as a quiet accessory but as an active partner, organizing schedules, bridging conversations with creatives, aligning visuals with intention. This has led some media to call them a working pair, a partnership that exists beyond dinner dates and sunsets. The whispers say the energy between them is productive, a braid of affection and discipline that pushes each of them to show up stronger. What's next for the couple? The beginning is always the loudest stage, and they're right there, in the blare of it. The city choice will be revealed soon enough. One day a casual story will catch a skyline out the window and the secret will be out. Then the routines will settle, and the camera will follow as they weave a quiet life inside a very public frame. Projects are stacking up, meetings are circling the calendar. Expect to see Cenk testing new ground, roles that lean into nuance, projects that benefit from the Spanish backdrop and a calmer headspace. Expect to see Mahassine refining their presence, guiding campaigns, anchoring collaborations that reflect a shared vision rather than a quick trend. The posts will keep coming, so will the commentary. But here's the constant: the pair seems to walk through it hand in hand, deciding for themselves how much the world is allowed to see. A final word to the fans: this story isn't a scandal, it's a season. It's the glow of possibility mixed with the weight of expectation, the balance of romance and responsibility, the tug-of-war between privacy and the platform that made the spotlight possible. Spain has become their classroom. The streets, the ocean, the coffee cup set down for a moment too long, everything teaches them something about who they are when they move together. And while the headlines bend the truth to fit tighter into a frame, the day-to-day tells a softer tale. It's in the unposted moments, choosing dishware in a market, rehearsing lines under breath while waiting for a taxi, that quick exchange of looks that says, "We're okay." Will the couple keep sharing? It seems so. Will they keep posing together? Without a doubt. And as each square fills with another sliver of their world, the chorus will rise and fall, as it always does. The constant is the two of them, moving through Spain like it's both a map and a mirror, building a life that answers to them first. What do you think? Can Cenk Torun ride out the criticism and keep carving out a future in Spain with Mahassine Marabet, or will the constant attention pull them back from the view? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars. If you enjoyed this deep dive, tap like, share the love, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter in this sunlit story of a couple trying to make room for real life in a world that's always watching.